And welcome to Effingham County and the state tournament as we wrap it up with the championship. Of course, we've been here several days, Thursday, Friday, and now Saturday. Lyons versus Ware for the championship. They started early. They said they were going to start at 9:30, but they did not. Lyons is the home team. Hogan White just faced the first batter, his fellow pitcher, Kobe Manders, and got him to ground out Lane Adams, the second baseman, over to the first baseman. That is Tanner Hadaway for Lyons. That brings up Cody Grant. He is the catcher. And here comes the pitch from the left-handed hitter, pitching Hogan White. Ground ball to the left side of the infield. Grabbed by the third baseman, Hall Graham. He throws to first. 2 down quickly. These two teams played on Thursday. Ware County won 9-1. Lyons spotted Ware 5 unearned runs. Jet Thomas pitched that game. He's playing short today. Right-handed hitter. First pitch from Hogan, swings and misses, strike one. Hogan is the number one pitcher for Lyons. Lyons is down to basically 3 pitchers starting the day. Lyons needs 2 wins to win a state championship. Ware, of course, undefeated, needs only 1. Swing and a miss at the second pitch, a fastball. 0-2. This Ware County team has outscored opposition 40-1 during the tournament. Lyons scoring the only run. 0-2, and here's the Hogan White pitch. Throws it low, probably intentionally. 2 balls, 1 strike. Overcast. Field is dry. They didn't get any rain last night, and there's no rain on the radar right now. Moving our way. Here's the pitch. 1-2 in the dirt. Did he go around? They appealed to the first base umpire. At least Stephen Garrett did. He did not make a motion. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The home plate umpire did not appeal. On deck is Zach Martin, the third baseman for Ware County, coached by Shuggy Grant. John Cox, an assistant. Buddy Andrioli is like the manager. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hogan White starts off with a 3-up and 3 down at the top of the first inning. State championship action, junior boys today from Effingham County on Y101. DR scored the first run on a bunt, and it was a beauty down the first base line by Tanner Hadaway. There's a breaking ball in for a strike. Nice pitch. You can actually see a picture of DR sliding home. It's frozen video on tombsnow.com, and you can see some highlights from the game yesterday. There's a ball hit into the air to center field. David Soper stops dead cold in his tracks and makes the catch dead center, and that is out number 2. So Ware County went 3-up and 3 down at the top, and Hogan White, who pitched for Lyons, now steps to the plate. Had a 4-for-4 game against Gilmer County in which he stroked 3 extra base hits, 2 doubles, and a triple. So he's going to step in and see what he can do with Kobe Manders, a right-hander, who at all times works from the stretch. Here's a pitch. A little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. On deck for Lyons is Tanner Hadaway. It's unusual to have a cleanup hitter who was able to bunt like Tanner was yesterday. He was 2 for 3 laying down the bunts, and the only reason he wasn't 3 for 3 is because the pitcher for Thomasville made a great play. There's a strike to Hogan. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Hogan White. The only difference between today and yesterday here in Effingham County, temperature-wise, about the same. A lot of cloud cover. Got a lot of gnats today. 1-2 pitch. Chases one high and away and misses, strike 3. So both pitchers very strong in the first inning of this first of possibly 2 state championship games. No score after 1 as we break on Y101. Last time a Lyons team played for a state championship that I can remember back in 2010, the junior girls almost won one. And a lot of these boys who are playing on this team, in fact 4, were playing for a state championship on this day roughly 4 years ago. They lost to Wayne County as mites. Now Hogan White facing Zach Martin. First pitch missed. Second pitch was low. First one was high. 2 balls, no strikes. David Soper and Darren Cox up next. 2-0 pitch from Hogan. Curveball hit up into the air to center field. Christian Conley drifts back, now turns, and it's over his head, bouncing up off the top of the fence. That's a double. Leadoff double for Zach Martin. Christian never really got a good beat on that one. He's been both a left fielder and a right fielder, but started playing center field yesterday. Right fielder for Lyons is Cody Spinn. Brandon Helton playing left field. So a leadoff double, and Hogan White is going to have to pitch around that. That brings up David Soper. He had a gash on his arm the other day, and now he's got it wrapped up. His twin brother Dalton is going to hit 8th today. They're both outfielders. David plays center. Dalton plays right. Here's a pitch from Hogan. He's bunting it. It's a nice one, third base side. Hogan White will pick it up. Throw to first, and late, I guess. Runners on the corners. That ball just cut a dead end right down the third base line. Either the catcher, Stephen Garrett, or the pitcher, Hogan White, had a shot at it. Of course, Hogan had to come over, then plant, and then turn around and fire it back to first base. If Stephen Garrett handles it, he's got to kind of position his body to the right to make the throw down to first base. May have been better to let him handle it. But a bunt single. Brings up Darren Cox, runners on first and third. He's a right-handed hitter. And a big guy. Hogan throws to first base because Ware County likes the first and third situation and really kind of abused Lyons in that situation and situations in the game on Thursday. Constantly taking second base. So Hogan's going to try to keep them close to keep that from happening. Runner is going. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Stephen Garrett throws it back to Hogan. Now runners on second and third. This Ware County team opened up beating Effingham 23-0, beat Lyons 9-1, and then beat Thomasville 8-0. That's 40-1. Combined score. Pitch to Cox, swings and misses. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out but runners on second and third. Scoreless in the top of the second. Hogan had a 3-up and 3-down first, a couple of ground outs and a strikeout. He gets a strikeout here of Darren Cox as he chases a high pitch. 1 down. Brings up the second baseman, Charles King. Ware County white uniforms. And they're wearing gray pants. Lyons blue shirts, white pants. Hogan White from the stretch. Runners on second and third, 1 down. Comes set, delivers the first pitch for a strike at the knee coming in. 0-1. The Flea girls today are playing to get in to the championship round. They have to beat Calhoun to play Dublin. That's in Dublin. Fastball missed off the plate away. It is at the right level below the belt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mike girls were rained out completely yesterday. They're 1-1. They should be able to play today. There's a liner into center field. Christian Conley catches it. Runner at third will stick. 2 down. Now the ball is thrown in. It gets away, but Stephen Garrett does have it back at home plate. So that's a big out. 2 down, and now let's see if Hogan White can get Dalton Soper, the second of the Soper twins. The first one hits right-handed. This guy steps in batting left-handed with an open stance. Here's a stretch by White. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball comes high, and the hat comes off. Hogan has to reach down and put it back on top of his head. 1 ball, no strikes. Big sequence in this ball game right now. Here's the pitch, and it almost got away. Stephen Garrett had to reach to his left to catch ball 2. No score, top half of the second inning. Runners on second and third, and 2 down for Ware County. Hogan comes set and delivers. And the pitch is a strike. Low in the zone, and 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Hogan takes a big, deep breath. Now he comes set again. Raises up the leg and delivers the pitch and drops it low. so it's 3 balls and 1 strike. The number 9 hitter is Austin Justice. Lefty-lefty matchup. Hogan will step off. The runner is at second and third. Re-tag. 2 down. A hitter's count at 3-1. Here comes the pitch. There's a bouncing ball, but foul third base side. Grabbed by Hall Graham. The shortstop is D.R. Meadows. The second baseman, Lane Adams. The first baseman, Tanner Hadaway. We got a full count on the number 8 hitter for Ware County. Hogan White from the letters delivers the big pitch, and it's high ball 4 to load up the bases for Austin Justice. Well, now you got to play at every base, and 1 at home plate as well. Justice, a left-handed hitter. Against Lyons the other day, he grounded out to third, walked, and hit a single. Hogan was the starting pitcher in that game. First pitch, a strike. Threw it inside, kept it low. 0-1. This guy sets up very close to the plate, very close to the line. Next pitch is a strike. Hogan jumps out in front, no balls, 2 strikes. D.R. Meadows got out of a bases-loaded jam against Fadea with a strikeout in the first inning yesterday. Hogan White winding. Steps back, and here's the pitch. Called! Strike 3. Is that big or what? Hogan White with a big K. And we are still scoreless going to the bottom of the second as we break on Y101. Well, that is something certainly for the Lions to build on, getting out of a bases-loaded situation. But more importantly, Ware County had runners at second and third with nobody out on the double and the bunt single, then the stolen base, and then Hogan White with a strikeout, a fly ball to center field in which it was hit hard enough but not deep enough for the run to score from third on a sacrifice. And, of course, Hogan walked the number 8 guy to load up the bases, but then got the big strikeout to leave the bases loaded. And we'll see if that translates defense to offense right now for Lyons as Tanner Hadaway, Hall Graham, and Christian Conley will come to the plate. Lyons had only 3 hits off Ware County the other day. Hadaway had 1 of them. First pitch, a fastball from Manders, sails off the plate. No score, bottom of the second. And again, if you're tuning in, we're playing for a junior boys state championship. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, a little bit late. No Lions team has won a baseball state championship since 1993. I doubt it's 20 years today that the Mite boys did so. But 20 summers ago, as Tanner Hadaway swings and misses to make it a ball and 2 strikes. Hall Graham and Christian Conley coming up in this frame. Manders steps off. Zach Martin playing third. Jet Thomas the shortstop. Charles King the second baseman. Darren Cox at first and Cody Grant catching. 1-2 pitch, and Tanner swings and misses. Strike 3. He laid down 3 bunts yesterday. He drove in a run on a squeeze, not the suicide, but the safety to bring in D.R. Meadows, bunting down the first base side. He bunted down the third base side, got it over to the shortstop position to drive in another run against Vadea. And then against Thomasville, he tried to bunt again, and the pitcher, Cooper, made a great play. It was headed toward the shortstop position as well. Here's Hall Graham taking ball 1. No score, bottom of the second. Manders from the stretch. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss at a high fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, the last group of boys to win a baseball state championship was quite a group. And I got to call them as Toombs County Bulldogs. Pitch is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Trenton Kinsey was on that 93 Mite Boys team. And he turned into a fine track athlete that went to state, trying to win a state championship like every year in the 400 meters. Also was a little wide receiver. Could catch the ball and go. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss to even the count. But in basketball, I guess, is when he made his most memorable play for me. It's a home game against Southeast Bullock, just regular season. Right before halftime, he got the ball, tossed it up from past half court, and swished it. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike three. Manders has struck out 4 batters out of the 5 outs. D.R. Meadows flied out to center field, the only one to make contact for Lyons. Here's Christian Conley. He's not a big right-hander. He's got some zip on the fastball and a good breaking ball. Conley has moved down in the lineup. He was batting leadoff. First pitch, swings and misses. Swings from the left side of the box, strike one. Wesley Woods was on that 93 Mite team. And he was a baseball player and a football player for the Bulldogs who wore number 22. Here's the pitch and a strike. He was an infielder and a wide receiver. Haven't seen him in a long time. They called him Woody. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Conley upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alexander Darley played on that team. Haven't seen him in a while. He was a pitcher. I remember him pitching his final game as a senior. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. That's a 3 up and 3 down. We'll continue that later. But Manders is in control of this game for Ware County, and Hogan White is matching him so far. We played 2 scoreless innings for the state championship. Lyons against Ware on Y101. Welcome back as we get ready for the top of the 3rd inning on Y101. Hogan White on the mound. He's ready to go, waiting for the hitter, and it's going to be his fellow pitcher, Kobe Manders. So far today, Ware County with 2 hits, Lyons with none. Hogan with 3 strikeouts. Manders with 5. First pitch to Manders, and it missed high above the letters. He started off the game grounding out to the second baseman, Lane Adams. Cody Grant and Jet Thomas will follow. Second pitch missed. 2 balls, no strikes. Talking about Alexander Darley, who played on the 93 Mite team that won a state championship. Shows the bunt, takes a strike. 2-1. Last time he pitched that I remember, I guess his senior season, he pitched at Jenkins County. I don't really remember it for the pitching. I remember it for swing and a miss, chasing one outside edge, a good fastball. I remember it because I've never seen more bugs on a high school baseball field than that day. I mean, there was every kind of creature coming out of that river or lake or whatever was nearby. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him to chase another fastball close to the outside black. So Hogan has piled up his 4K. Going to face Cody Grant, who grounded out to the third baseman in a 3 up and 3 down first. These are the top 3 hitters in the lineup, 1, 2, 3 in the order. He's a right-handed hitter. Hogan, of course, throws from the left side. Winds, here's a pitch. Breaking ball is low. Thomas Smith was on that team, former Toombs County Bulldog football player and basketball player. He was a good basketball player for Donnie Arrington. Breaking ball strike to make it 1 ball, 1 strike. And he was a pancake blocker on the offensive line, that's for sure. Played back in 2000 when the Bulldogs went to the Elite 8. Pitch is off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. That was a big, strong offensive line. It was completely dominant one night at Charles Wood Field. Here's a pitch. Got him off stride, and he fouls it off, rolling over toward Hunter Adams. Bulldogs once again at the third base dugout. He's out in front of it. Sitting on a bucket. 2-2 pitch. It's high, and it gets away, 3-2. 1 down, nobody on, scoreless, top of the 3rd. Thomas, of course, now a head coach at Robert Toombs, the former Toombs County assistant. And, of course, everybody said what a great job he did working with the offensive line all those years. Swing and a miss. They got him on a check swing. Strike 3. Hogan has matched Manders, each pitcher with 5 Ks. He has struck out 3 in a row. Here's a guy who could throw the baseball. He struck out his first time up. Jet Thomas, who pitched Ware to a win over Lyons on Thursday in the 2nd round of this junior boys state tournament. First pitch from Hogan. Breaking ball missed. Thomas swings from the right side. Strikeout, walk, couple of singles, and an RBI in the game on Thursday against Lyons. Pitches high. 2 balls, no strikes. Just check it in. Game scoreless. Ware County had a big threat, top of the second. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Bases loaded, still didn't score. Hogan misses again, 3 balls, no strikes. So now he's got to fire the fastball in there against the number 3 hitter in the lineup. Next guy up hit a double to center field. That's Zach Martin. Here's the pitch. Strike at the knee. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jamie Aaron played on that 93 Mite boys team that won a state championship. He was a really good football player. There's a strike at the knee once again. Hogan coming back, full count. Jamie was an outstanding tackling linebacker. He wore number 44 at the start of his career, but then they moved him to the offensive line, so he had to wear number 55. Full count pitch, popped up in the air, out of play behind the backstop. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Also was a baseball pitcher. And I remember him one night pitching a pretty good game at Jeff Davis. Like a low-hit game. 3-2, close, got him, strike 3. Hogan strikes out the side for his second 3 up and 3 down. He has piled up 6 Ks. We got quite a pitcher's duel. So far, 11 strikeouts in the game, and it's still scoreless. Headed to the bottom of the third on Y101. I don't know about you, but I know about me. I really like pitcher's duels, and we have one of those going right now between Kobe Manders of Ware County. He's on the hill. His infielder's tapping him as we get ready for the bottom of the third inning. He's recorded 6 outs, 6 up, 6 down, 5 strikeouts, 2 in the first and third outs, and 3 straight against the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. So now he faces Stephen Garrett. Righty. First pitch, a strike. Manders has not had too many deep counts. Playing for a state championship today. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. I was watching a guy last night, and you probably were too, who was throwing some serious heat, and he wasn't getting any strikeouts, and that's that Chapman guy from Cincinnati. 0-2. Off the glove, and it skips behind and goes over my way near the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He threw pitches at 100 miles an hour, 101, 102, 103, and 1 at 104, if that's legit. I mean, is that accurate? 1-2 pitch. Steven makes contact, pokes it out of play. Pitch up in the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He threw 1 pitch under 100 that I remember was like an 86-mile-per-hour breaking ball. So he went from 104 to 86. There's a breaking ball called strike 3. That was tough. Steven was backing away, thought it was going to stay out of the zone. It dropped in below the letters for his 6th strikeout, 5 in a row. Brings up Brandon Helton. Boy, did he hit the ball yesterday or what? 3-run tripled against the Varela team. And drove in the game winner, 3-2 win over Thomasville. Right-handed hitter takes a strike. And that's been the key to Manders' success, getting ahead. You know, they got statistics. You're ahead 0-1 as a pitcher. The odds are in your favor. You're ahead 0-2. You dominate. Ground ball to the second baseman, King. Short flip over to the first baseman, Cox. 2 down. So only D.R. Meadows and Brandon Helton have made contact and hit the ball in play. D.R. flied out to center field in the first, and now Helton grounds out to the second baseman. Here's Cody Spinn batting 9th. Right-handed hitter. Outfielder for Lyons. He can pitch. The pitchers who are available today for Lyons, of course, Hogan White, Hall Graham, and Lane Adams. D.R. Meadows, Brandon Helton, and Tanner Hadaway cannot pitch because of the number of pitches they've thrown in the tournament in one particular day and game. There's a strike. No score, bottom half of the third inning in a real live pitcher's duel. Kobe Manders against Hogan White. There's a fastball line into center field, but it is caught by Soper. Well hit ball by Spin, but on a line, and the center fielder came in maybe 3 steps and made the catch. So that's another 3 up and 3 down, and 9 up and 9 down for Manders, as the scoreless game will move to the top of the 4th inning on Y101. Hogan White is struck out 6 and 4 in a row as he faces Zach Martin, who doubled off him to lead off the 2nd. It's the top of the 4th, and it's still scoreless in this state championship matchup between Lyons and Ware. First pitch missed, so did the second one from Hogan. Lyons needs 2 wins to win a state championship. Pitch is low, 3-0. So you know Hogan is thinking about, well, this is the guy that opened up the 2nd with a double. I don't want to give him something too good. 3-0 pitch and a strike. Hogan's been throwing a lot of pitches at the knee for a strike. Brett Williams played on that 93 Mite boys team that won a state championship. Of course, he was a football player. Ball hit into right field, into the corner. That is a fair ball, and just barely, and Martin has at least 2. Now he's going to try to stretch it to 3. Here's a throw, and late from the cutoff man, Lane Adams. And that's a good piece of hitting by a right-handed hitter. Not exactly sure how close it was to the line. Tough for me to see, but it looked like it was pretty close. So he hits a triple to lead off the 4th. He hit a double to lead off the 2nd. Hogan White got out of a bases-loaded, big-time jam in the 2nd inning with a big strikeout. And they had runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. And he got a strikeout, a fly ball to center, and then, of course, that final strikeout after a walk to load up the bases. This guy hit a bunt single last time. David Soper takes ball 1. Brett was a great blocking. Was he a guard, wasn't he? He was a big guard for the 2000 Toombs County Bulldogs. Takes a pitch showing the bunt. 1 ball, 1 strike. That 2000 team started off the season losing at Single A Calvary on an incredibly muddy field. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chasing one, I think, up and out of the zone. Then they came back and they barely beat West Lawrence, like 7-zip on the road. Benny Dees and I were up on top of the press box sitting in tar. Here's a pitch. Hit up in the air right side. Tanner Hadaway, the first baseman, runs over near the fence, and the ball is out of play. But then that team turned it around, of course. Won a big game. What was it, 54-7, 6 miles away. Beat, let's see if I can remember correctly. First round, Bleckley County, home game. Won that one pretty easily. Dickie Williams was the head coach at Bleckley, the former Troutland coach. Then they played Irwin County at home. They had a running back named Octavius Barnes, who actually played with Thomas Smith at Liberty. That was a great ball game because Lyons had a pretty good running back too. There's a ball hit into left field. Brandon Helton will play it on a hop, and now it's a big one. He does get a piece of it. That's going to score the run. Runner coming to second. Ball caught by D.R. Meadows, the shortstop not near the bag. That's going to be, I guess, a double and an RBI. And the scoreless game is now a 1-0 Ware game. 2 big hits, triple and a double. That ball, when it hopped on what is the grass in the outfield, jumped up high in the air, and Helton had to reach up and deflect it. Cox struck out his first time up, so 1-0 Ware. Hogan comes set. He's looking back at second, though, in a stare down. He will throw to the dish. It's a bunt, and it's fouled back. 0-1. The Bulldogs beat Irwin County like, I'm going to just 41-37, 38-33, something like that. It was a great game. Then they went to Washington Wilkes. Wilkes had a running back named Dacus Turman who went to Clemson. Wilkes won the game. Here's a pitch. A strike. Threw it inside. 0-2. 1-0 Ware. Top of the 4th, state championship. Adam Hartley was a quarterback on that team in 2000. He played on the 93 Mite Boys team. Here's the pitch. And it is low. He was a backup to Vince Faison early in his career. Of course, the 99 team, it was really good and lost that tough game to Mitchell Baker. Adam was a quarterback. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop, D.R. Meadows. He bobbles it but picks it up, has time, throws to first. No, he just keeps the ball. That's unusual for D.R. to misplay a routine grounder. That'll be an error. Probably thinking about that runner at second. So runners on first and second. Lyons making its first error of the game. And out comes Hunter Adams. Still a 1-0 game. You got Hogan White still pitching well, although he's given up 4 base hits. He has struck out 6. Now facing the middle and bottom part of the order. Charles King up next. He flied out to center field. So Coach Adams talking to the entire infield. It's like one of those team timeouts that Bobby George used to take. And, of course, he was the head coach of the 93 Mite team. Assisted by Dale Wood and Jeremy Joyner, the former Toombs County Bulldog baseball player that played on the 96 state championship team. Des Robinson played on that team. And, of course, he was a huge factor in the 2000 season and a big factor anytime the Bulldogs played the Indians. And if you don't remember him or you never saw him run the football, you can go to tombsnow.com, go to the Des Robinson page. Coach Stroud, before he left, gave me some highlights. Put them up there. They're a little blurry, but you'll be able to see what's going on. You'll see some great runs, especially at a game played nearby at South Effingham. Runners on first and second. Charles King is a right-handed hitter. Nobody out. Ware County leading 1-0, top of the fourth. State championship matchup. He's squaring to bunt, pushes it up in the air, up against the fence right side for strike one. Dalton Soper and Austin Justice to follow. The Lions would love a double play ball or maybe a triple play ball. Many years ago, D.R. Meadows as a Mite started a triple play at Little Fenway. D.R. runs over to the second base bag prior to the pitch. He's squaring to bunt again. The pitch gets away, so the runners are moving. We get the double play now, at least on the ground. Runners on second and third. So that'll maybe take off the bunt unless it's a squeeze situation. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ware County scoring a run to break the scoreless tie here in the top of the fourth inning. On a triple by Zach Martin and an RBI double by David Soper. There's a fastball. It missed a little bit high. 2-1 for Hogan White. Hogan winding. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change speeds there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. King hitting 7th in the lineup for Ware. A team that so far in the tournament has scored 41 runs and yielded 1. Here's a pitch. A called strike 3. Pitched low and at the knee outside edge. Hogan has 7 strikeouts. Dalton Soper comes to the plate. Hogan's dealt with this second and third situation and nobody out once today and got out of it successfully. There's an off-speed pitch that missed away. Lefty-lefty matchup. 1 ball, no strikes. Soper walked to load up the bases in the second inning. So it's almost the same situation, except the game is no longer scoreless. Now he swings and misses to make it a ball and a strike. Ware County 1, Lyons nothing. Top of the fourth. Hogan winds. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss. Same swing, and I think the pitch almost in the same location. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Runners on second and third. Sign from Garrett. Here comes the White pitch. Foul back. 1-2. Hey, get well wishes to Larry Allen. 1-2 pitch. I don't know if he's listening. Ooh, that was close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two from White. Did he go around? Yes, strike 3. Hogan has 8 Ks. Now he gets the first 2 outs of this 4th inning with 2 strikeouts. And now he's going to face Justice, who he struck out in the 2nd, to leave the bases loaded. Still 1-0 Ware. Can Hogan keep it 1-0? First pitch. Almost got away. Stephen Garrett had to move quickly to his left and smother it with the glove in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 Ware, top of the 4th. Hogan delivers. Pitch is high. I'm looking forward to seeing Hogan pitch for the Toombs County Bulldogs. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And it missed, 3-0. On deck is Kobe Manders, leadoff guy. First base is open. Let's see if Hogan can come back against the number 9 hitter in a lefty-lefty matchup. And this pitch is high, ball 4, so he walks him on 4 pitches. And just like the 2nd and the 4th, the bases are loaded. Manders has grounded out to 2nd, and Hogan struck him out in the 3rd to lead it off for his 4th strikeout. That's when he struck out the side. Ware County leading 1-0. Sky is cloudy, but it's beginning to brighten. The gnats have gone away. When I got here, there were gnats everywhere. People were spraying the off-bug spray on themselves. They may be more annoying than the sand gnats, except they don't do the damage that the sand gnats could do to you. Manders the pitcher, White the pitcher. They go up against each other. Hogan will work from the windup. Manders swings from the right side of the batter's box. Hogan, of course, a left-handed pitcher. First pitch, swing and a miss. Threw him some heat there. 0-1. 1-0 Ware. Top of the 4th. Hogan stays calm and delivers a pitch. Missed high. 1 ball, 1 strike. A triple, a double, an error, and a walk in this inning for Ware County. 1-1 to the plate. Swinging a ground ball over to Hall Graham. All he has to do is step on the bag and record out number 3, and Hogan White once again gets out of a bases-loaded jam. Gives up a run on a Zach Martin triple and a David Soper RBI double as Ware takes the lead 1-0. Ware needs 1 win to win a state championship. Lyons needs 2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th on Y101. Welcome back to Effingham County as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th inning. It's been tough for, I guess, all these teams to get base hits off Ware County pitching. Jet Thomas had a no-hitter going until 2 out of the 4th inning against Lyons on Thursday, and we're in the bottom half of the 4th, and Kobe Manders, who pitched in relief in that game, is also tossing a no-hitter. 9 up, 9 down with 6 strikeouts. He's going to face the top of the order, Lane Adams, D.R. Meadows, and Hogan White. Cody Spinn broke up the Thomas no-hitter. Bouncing ball to the third baseman. Martin picks it up. Lane can run, and he is out on a nice play. I have a terrible angle. Alan Adams not happy with the call. The throw was low. Martin over to Cox. So 1 down. Brings up D.R. Meadows, made contact and flied out to center field. 1-0, Ware County leading. Manders a righty. Throws the first pitch inside to D.R. 1 ball, no strikes. D.R., by the way, I don't know if you know this, he's quite a multi-dimensional athlete. He's not just a baseball player. Pitch is fouled off right side out of play. That hit, I guess, the roof over there. They have another section with picnic tables behind us. Some of the Lions fans are over there, like Lane Adams' mother. 1 ball, 1 strike. D.R. has been a kicker for the middle school football team. Takes a strike at the belt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Been a point guard for the middle school basketball team. Played summer ball with the high school this year. He'll be a 9th grader. 1-2 on D.R. He's a soccer player. Here's a pitch. pokes this one right back to the pitcher as he chased a high one, and he is out on the throw from Manders to Cox to first base. DR played on a team that went to the state in soccer the same year that a younger group won a state championship, and that would be the last Lyons team to win a state championship. That was about a year and a half ago. He also is a golfer. He was the number one golfer on the middle school team, which you can't play baseball and golf in high school. You can't play soccer and baseball. There's a strike to Hogan White with 2 down. Hogan struck out his first time up. And from what I hear, he's also a really good table tennis player who can serve behind his back and between his legs. Swinging a foul tip for strike 2 on Hogan. Those score bottom half of the 4th inning. What? Did I say no score? 1-0 Ware. Here's the pitch, and it is high. This game was scoreless until Ware County broke through with a run in the 4th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Manders versus White, and that's been the pitching matchup today that I've really enjoyed. Here comes the pitch to Hogan. Fastball is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to find a sport that DR can't play. He's also a runner. He could probably be a miler. How about ice hockey? Can he skate? 2-2, breaking ball called strike 3. So that's a 3 up and 3 down again for Manders. He has faced the minimum, and he has now struck out 7. So Lyons able to make some contact in that inning, but not able to do anything. And had a close play at first base. Lyons still trailing 1-0 as we head to the 5th inning on Y101. Well, what a week it has been for the junior boys. They lost their first game to Ware County 9-1, but then they won 3 straight in the losers bracket. And that's not easy to do. And, of course, now they're in the championship match with Ware trailing 1-0 top of the 5th. Here's Cody Grant to lead it off. He's 0 for 2 against Hogan White. He's pitched quite a ball game, and he starts him off with a breaking ball strike. Grant grounded out to third and then struck out. Hogan has struck out 8 batters, and he's walked 2. Pitch is low. He's given up 4 base hits. And all the hits by the 4 and 5 guys. You get the 2, 3, and 4 hitters starting off this inning. 1-1. Fouls it back. Grant is a right-handed hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jet Thomas and Zach Martin are the 3 and 4 guys. Boy, Hogan is really showing what he's made of today because he's facing a really good team that has outscored opponents 41-1 in this tournament. There's a ball hit up into the air and pretty deep into left center field. It's bouncing into the gap. It's going to be an extra base hit for Grant. He's going to stop at second with a double. That is the 4th extra base hit today for Ware County. Jet Thomas has struck out twice today. He's a pitcher and playing short today. He had a no-hitter going against Lyons until Cody Spinn broke it up with 2 down in the 4th inning on Thursday. Lyons got a bye in the first round. Cedartown dropped out, so Lyons jumped into the winner's bracket in the second round. Thomas squaring to bunt. First pitch, he backs away from one. It was close. Is that the belt? I guess it was off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Ware County 1, Lyons nothing, top of the 5th. The Mike girls are supposed to play today against Union. They're 1-1. We were supposed to do a game the other day. It got rained out. Second pitch also missed. 2 balls and no strikes. They lost to Douglas 10-0, and then the Mike girls came back and they beat Somerville 14-6. Meanwhile, the Flea girls have done well. Problem is you just can't beat Dublin. Nobody can beat Dublin in Flea girl softball. Here's the pitch and a strike to make it 2-1. And those girls have had a great summer because they finished second in the Lyons Youth Tournament and they finished second in district, both times to Dublin. And that's a good group, by the way. In fact, the Mites and the Fleas, if they'll stay together, they can be good in high school. Pitch is high and it gets away from Stephen Garrett. Way upstairs, he had to reach up with the glove, but it trickled off the top of the glove, so now the runner down to third. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hogan's been tough with a runner at third, not once but twice in this game. But now he's facing the middle of the order, and the pitch is low, ball 4. So now the first and third for Ware County, and odds are Jet Thomas will go on the first pitch. Odds are Lyons will let him go, and odds are it's going to be second and third with nobody out. Out comes Hunter Adams. Once again to talk to the defense. He's not going to make a pitch and change here. This is Hogan White's game, and of course he's pitching really well. Except the problem is he's going up against a real tough team. He's piled up 8 Ks. Big ones when he needed them in the second and fourth. All right, here's what the Flea girls have done in their tournament. Beat Somerville 4-3. Beat Colquitt County, Moultrie 14-6. Then lost to Dublin 16-1. That was in the winner's bracket championship. So now today they're playing Calhoun. So at worst, those girls are going to finish third at state. And if they beat Calhoun, then they can finish second. Because I don't think anybody's beaten Dublin. Dublin's kind of like Ware, I guess, in junior boys. I've seen the Dublin girls play. They are like machines out there on defense. They don't make errors, and errors are a big part of flea ball. Here's Zach Martin. 2 extra base hits, a double and a triple to lead off the second and fourth. And now they're going to let the runner go. The throw does go to first base, as Hogan was trying to get him, but they're going to let him go to second. So now runners on second and third. Of course, the Bulldogs do that a lot in high school, but it's so much easier to do it on this field because the base paths are closer. If you make a throw, you're going to give up a run, and you don't want to do that in a 1-0 game. And see if Hogan can get out of this situation like he did in the second and fourth, second and third. It's the third time he's faced it with nobody out. Here's the pitch, and it's low. 2 balls, no strikes. But now the problem is he's facing the middle of the order, not the bottom of the order. 2-0. Low, skipping away, runner breaking in from third. Here's the flip. No, it's late. 2-0 Ware County. Runner down to third. Garrett trying to flip it over to Hogan White, but they never had a chance. Cody Grant was breaking in quickly. 2-0 Ware. I was talking about some of those girls, fleas and mites. I don't want to start naming names, but there are some really good players at that level. Shortstop, second baseman, third baseman, first baseman, pitcher. For the flea girls are good. I don't know all the girls on that team. And then for the mites, you got a good shortstop, second baseman, third baseman. There's a pitch. It missed, ball 4. So runners on first and third again for David Soper. He's 2 for 2, a bunt single in the second. An RBI double to make it a 1-0 game. The right-handed hitting Soper is stepping in. The first and third again. How do you handle this? What can you do? He's going to go on the pitch. There he goes. They throw to first, they throw to second. Runner coming in from third, and he scores. See? You don't get it out, you give up another run. 3-0. That's a huge dilemma, isn't it? Do they get the out at second? I guess so. Or did he go back to first? I don't see anybody on the bases. They haven't put up an out yet. Here's the pitch. Fastball is low. 2 balls, no strikes. So now it's 3-0 Ware County. I wonder what Nick Saban would do with the first and third situation. Does he even know anything about baseball? What would Nick Saban do? I mean, what can you do? 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 4. And that just kind of frustrates, I guess, the Lyons team. Time is called. Out comes Hunter Adams again. Does he have to make a pitching change here? Next up for Ware County is Darren Cox, a strikeout, and he reached on an error. Here's the pitch, and it's high. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at first base for Ware County. Next pitch, hit up in the air, right side, and it is bending over toward the fence, and I guess out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Charles King to follow, then Dalton Soper. This guy hit 6 in the lineup. He's a right-handed hitter. 3-0 Ware leading in the state championship game. The junior boys last year went down to Bainbridge as a district champion and didn't finish this high. They're going to finish, obviously, at least second. There's a strike to make it 1-2. Vidalia actually finished higher than Lyons last year in junior boys. And Vidalia was the runner-up. So this year, Vidalia is the district champion, and Lyons is going to finish higher. But I guess that's tournament ball. Hall Graham makes a throw to first base to Hogan White, runner back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3-0, Ware County. With a run last inning and 2 here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, runner going. Stephen Garrett chunks it down to the shortstop of the air. Meadows, who tags him out for out number 3. Catcher to shortstop. That ends it. Ware County leading 3-0. Let's see if Lyons can get a hit, then start hitting and get back into this ball game in the 5th, 6th, or 7th innings. We'll take a break on Y101. Bottom half of the 5th inning at Effingham County. Tanner Hadaway, Hall Graham, and Christian Conley facing a tough right-hander, Kobe Manders, who's retired. Lyons 3 up and 3 down in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 12 up, 12 down, and the key is he just keeps chunking in strikes. First one across, 0-1 on Tanner Hadaway. Works from the stretch at all times, misses with that pitch. Looks like a fastball, curveball pitcher. Not a big guy. I don't think he's even 5'9" or 5'8". Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hadaway struck out his first time up, chasing pitches that seemed to me to be toward the outside black. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here is the pitch. Tanner makes contact but fouls it off. Ball ricochets off the fence and over near Hall Graham, who's on deck. He's now pitching for Lyons. 3-0 Ware County leading, bottom of the 5th inning. Hadaway, a left-handed hitter. Laid down 3 real good bunts yesterday. 2 were successful. 1 nearly was. But this kid who had a little Byron Buxton in him made a nice play. Pitch missed to make it 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't forget tomorrow, and I've already set my DVD recorder for 2 o'clock at ESPN2. Byron Buxton will be playing in the future All-Star game. Pitch missed inside, 3-2. Be playing for the national team against the world. He went 1 for 3 last night for Fort Myers against Fort Lauderdale. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 8 strikeouts for Manders. He hasn't walked anybody, haven't given up a hit. Brings up Hall Graham. Buxton probably won't be playing tonight. You wouldn't think so. He's got to go up to New York City. He's going to go from playing down in Fort Myers to New York City. Site of the All-Star game for the Futures tomorrow at 2 o'clock on ESPN. Here's Graham, right-handed hitter, and the first pitch is high. He struck out his first time up. By the way, Fort Myers was playing, as I mentioned, Fort Lauderdale. No, excuse me, they were playing Lakeland. That's right, it was Lakeland. Farm team of the Tigers. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, you know, the Detroit Tigers is the name of the Tigers, right? Detroit Tigers. Lakeland is the Flying Tigers. You ever seen a tiger fly? 1-1 pitch off the plate. Never seen any animal fly other than a reindeer. 2 balls and 1 strike. I mean, birds fly, but they're birds. I guess bats are mammals. They fly. 2-1 pitch. A strike outside edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kevin Mobley from Toombs County, former Vade Indian, used to play for Lakeland. He was a pitcher who pitched a no-hitter in the Southern League. 2-2, foul back. I once saw him pitch. He used to pitch for Jacksonville, the Suns. He pitched the no-hitter for the Suns. Saw him pitch an inning one time down in Jacksonville. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was like 3 up, 3 down. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kind of like what this guy's doing. He's got 9 Ks. This guy's Kobe Manders, right-handed pitcher. Also plays short for Ware County. Here's Christian Conley, left-handed hitter, good hitter. Struck out his first time up. Let's see what he can do. 3-0, Ware County leading, bottom half of the 5th inning. Certainly the time limit won't affect this game because of the pitching today. Makes contact, hits it over by near the second baseman. King throws from his knees to first and late, and a base hit, I guess. I am not the official scorer, but he was moving over to his left to make the play. Didn't field it cleanly, but it was a tough chance, so I'm scoring at a base hit. Brings up Stephen Garrett, so that'll break up the no-hitter on my scorecard with 2 down in the 5th. Lyons broke up the no-hitter with 2 down in the 4th in the Thursday game, and Cody Spinn did that with a base hit. Here's Stephen Garrett. First pitch is fouled off out of play. Strike 1. Speaking of former Toombs County people that played, either Vade or Toombs County Bulldogs who played in the minor leagues, Vince Faison, of course, first-round draft choice of San Diego, the former Bulldog. Played 7 years in the minors. Went up with Oakland one time in spring training. Got some hits early. Pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. He came out of the draft in 1999. We used to do the Vince Faison update. Now we do the Byron Buxton update. The only local guy playing minor league ball. Doug Roper from Toombs County also played. In fact, at one point in time, Doug Roper, Kevin Mobley, and Vince Faison were all playing minor league ball. There's a throw down to first base, and they got him. That's out number 3. Christian Conley, who breaks up the no-hitter, thrown out by the catcher Cody Grant to end the 5th inning. So it's still Ware County 3, Lyons 0 in the state championship matchup today from Effingham County, and you're hearing it right here on Y101. We have played roughly an hour and 16 minutes of baseball. We got 2 hours to get this one in, and of course because of the fine pitching today, Hogan White, now Hall Graham, and Kobe Manders, the game moving along into the top of the 6th inning. Here's Charles King coming to the plate. Facing Graham, the right-hander, working in relief of Hogan White, who struck out 8. Graham has some nasty stuff. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, missed inside and low. Ware County scoring a run in the 4th inning, 2 in the 5th. The key today has been extra base hits. Zach Martin with a double to triple. There's a swing and a miss to make it 1 ball, 1 strike. David Soper with an RBI double. Next pitch, popped up in the air and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I was talking about the 93 Mite boys team that won a state championship. I didn't mention all the names. There's a bouncing ball over to D.R. Meadows, and he can't handle it. He was moving to his left, and the ball makes it out there into left center field. Lyons' second error. Did I mention Ryan Toole? He was quite an outfielder for Lyons. He had a great arm. He and Kurt Brantley, they were really good out there. Ryan could play, I guess, left or right, also a center fielder. Kurt Brantley was a center fielder. He made a lot of diving catches one season, the year the Bulldogs went to the 2nd round. I think I counted up like a dozen great diving catches that he made. But Ryan had a super arm. He never did an interview with me or I guess anybody during his high school career. He had a no-interview policy. Soper bunting, but backing away from the pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. He finally did an interview. I guess it was on the morning show on Y101. He had won something, and he had to. Here's the pitch to Soper. He bunts at third base side. Tanner Hadaway can't handle it. He was coming in. The ball bounced up, hit him kind of like in the wrist. He didn't get the glove on it. Runners on first and second. I think the disappointment of being down 3-0 and facing a tough pitcher, and I guess the reality of the situation has kind of hit this Lions team because for the first 3 innings, boy, they were battling. Out comes Hunter Adams. Infield talking right now. Let's see who else was on that 93 team. Robbie Rollins. He actually played football at Georgia Tech. He played high school ball at Robert Toombs. And he played on the 93 Mike Boys team that won the state championship. He was a quarterback in high school. I guess a wide receiver at Tech. Also a really good basketball player. He could throw it down. Josh Thigpen played on that team. I used to see him all the time at the gym. I haven't seen him in years. Marcus Burton was on that team. And Michael Mosley was on the 93 team that won a state championship. The last boys team from Lyons to win a state championship 20 summers ago. And these boys are hoping to do the same thing, but they need a big-time comeback right now. They're down 3-0 to a pitcher who's tossing a one-hitter, and the only hit is an infield hit. Coaches of that team, I mentioned him earlier, Bobby George. Of course, he just retired from the Toombs County School system, going over to Vidalia Heritage. Dale Wood, Wesley Wood's father, and then Jeremy Joyner, the former Toombs County Bulldog. The bat boy was Raheem Ford. There was a girls' team that summer that also won a state championship. They were Mike girls, and it was a good group of girls who turned into good athletes in high school as well. So here we go. Austin Justice is at the plate, a left-handed hitter, a strikeout and a walk today. 3-0 Ware, top half of the 6th. Nobody out, runners on first and second. Graham chunks in strike 1. I got a list of those girls somewhere here, I think. I call many of them in both basketball and softball. They actually played for a softball state championship in Columbus. Here's a bunt, third base side. Hallgraham has it, looks at third, throws to first, and safe there. Bases are loaded. Little indecision. Lyons had a chance to get an out. Top of the order coming up brings up Kobe Manders. Sun, by the way, is coming out. Been kind of amazing to get these games in with the weather pattern we've had. They've had a lot of problems over in Vidalia where they're holding junior girls and Mike girls, where the Mike girls are playing today. That field and that place is just way too muddy. They need some concrete out there, some asphalt. Pitch is inside. Ball 1 to Manders, pitching a one-hitter. 0 for 3 at the plate and takes a strike. I talked to Hogan White the other day about hitting. He's been a really good hitter in this tournament. He doesn't hit, and he admits this as well when he's pitching. Swing and a miss at a good fastball from Hall Graham to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that goes for a lot of guys who play, different positions but then have to pitch. I've talked to Bulldogs in the past about that. But if you went back and did a little statistical research, all the great hitters who pitched for the Bulldogs, like Neil Rogers, Jared Allen, Yvette King, I bet you they didn't hit as well when they pitched. James Etheridge. 3-2. Pitch missed inside. Nowhere to put them, as they say. Bases loaded. 3-0. Ware leading top of the 6th. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 3. 1 down. Brings up Cody Grant, the catcher for Ware County. First 2 times up against Hogan White. Grounded out to third to Graham, who's now pitching, and struck out in a 3 up and 3 down with 3 Ks for Hogan. Then he doubled to lead off the 5th against Hogan. Facing Graham for the first time today. Righty. Here's the pitch, and it is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Ware County 3, Lyons nothing, top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Swing, and he fouls it back. We got 1 down. Well, D.R. Meadows got out of a bases-loaded situation yesterday in the first. Hogan White did it twice. Hall Graham trying to do it for the first time today. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Number 2 guy in the lineup is down 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next hitter is Jet Thomas. He's 0 for 2. He has not seen Graham today or ever. And the 1-2 pitch from Hall Graham. Throws a breaking ball. It skips away. Stephen Garrett will hustle back to the fence, pick it up. The ball actually lands in a little hole over there. But the runner at third does not break, and the bases are still loaded, and it's still 3-0. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cody Grant. Ware and Lyons playing for a state championship, 13 and 14-year-old junior boys. 2-2 pitch, hit up into the air, deep to right center field. Christian Conley catches it, runner at third tagging. Conley chunks it in toward the center of the diamond, caught by the first baseman, Hogan White. The run scores. It's 4-0 on the sac fly, 2 down. And runners on the corners as a runner at second tagged and moved down to third. Brings up Jet Thomas. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. So 4-0. All the runs scored by Ware after the 3rd inning. 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 so far here in the 6th. Coming up for Lyons in the bottom half of the 6th inning will be Garrett, Helton, and Spin, the bottom part of the order. Graham comes set. There's a bouncing ball off his glove, and it makes it into center field. It was hit hard, and a run scores. Runners on first and second. An RBI for Thomas, his first hit of the game. And now it's 5-0. Brings up Zach Martin, a double, a triple, and a walk against Hogan White. A right-handed hitter now facing a right-handed pitcher. Graham throws one low and inside, ball 1. Working from the stretch with the runners on first and second. Throws a fastball strike at the knee, outside black. 1 ball, 1 strike. Graham steps off before delivering the 1-1. David Soper on deck. These are the guys who have really been hitting the ball today. 4 and 5 guys. Swing and a miss. Good fastball up above the belt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A little breeze, got a lot of clouds. Had a little sunshine on the field, not right now. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Hit up into the air to left field. Brandon Helton running, and the ball is going to be up against the fence. 1 run scores. Here comes another one in. The throw is cut off by D.R. Meadows. He has no option. He'll eat the baseball. And 2 more runs score, and now it's 7-0. The run rule is 8 at this point in time. So it's going to be a 2-run double for a guy with 2 doubles and a triple. That's why they got him batting cleanup. He almost sent this ball out of here. Soper at the plate. Swings and misses, strike 1. And let's see. Let's add it up. Ware County has outscored opponents 47-1 in this tournament so far. Lyons has the only run. Throw is low. Stephen Garrett throws from his knees to the third baseman. Hadaway. Looked like they had the out. Instead, the ball was dropped. It rolls into center field, and now there is an 8th run being scored. So this game could end in the bottom of the 6th. That run will score on an error. Lyons played a clean game until the 4th inning defensively. And they were matching them in a pitcher's duel between Hogan White and Manders. It was 0-0 going to the top of the fourth. Kind of like that Toombs County Bulldog Westminster game one that James Etheridge pitched. That was a 1-1 game going to the bottom of the sixth. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes a pitch, swing, and a missed strike 3, and out number 3. But unfortunately for Lyons, the boys from Ware score 5, and now Ware has a chance to win the championship in 6 innings in game 1. We'll take a break. 8-0 Ware on Y101. Welcome back to the bottom half of the 6th inning in the state championship game. Junior boys, 13 and 14 years old. And coming up for Lyons will be Stephen Garrett, Brandon Helton, and Cody Spinn. Lyons has had 1 base runner on a single, an infield hit by Christian Conley with 2 down in the 5th inning. He was thrown out by the catcher, Cody Grant, at first base. Garrett today with a strikeout. Helton grounding out to second. Cody Spinn with a fly ball to center. Manders with his 1-hitter has struck out 9 and has not walked anybody. So he's been throwing strikes very consistently. He struck out 2 in the first, struck out the side in the 2nd inning, struck out 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and got the first 2 outs of the 5th on strikeouts. Here's Stephen Garrett playing his last year rec ball. He'll be a sophomore for the Toombs County Bulldogs. He was a starting catcher for the B team. And the first pitch is a strike below the letters toward the outer half. Stephen made a great play in this tournament on a catch on a bunt behind home plate that he turned into a double play as he threw to second behind the runner. Takes another strike, 0-2. Here's the Manders pitch, and the fastball is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stephen first appeared on the Y101 as a midget boy at Little Fenway. Here's a pitch. I guess he moved from Montgomery County. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stephen swings again and hits the ball up in the air right side. It's out of play. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. 8-0 Ware County leading Lyons. And, of course, the run rule is 8 here in the 6th. Lyons needs a run to take the game to the 7th. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Manders in double digits and strikeouts. He has 10. And that brings up Brandon Helton. The hitting star yesterday for Lyons, unless, hold on, I think Galen Salem is coming out of the dugout. Who's going to hit next? Donnie Barrow is going to hit next. Donnie Barrow has not played today. Donnie Barrow has had some big swings this summer for the Lyons team, which finished 2nd at district. Talked to him before this tournament began. He's a fine football player and wrestler, a region champion in wrestling. Big guy with power. Takes a pitch inside. Strike 1. You've been watching this guy throw, and now he's got to face Kobe Manders. A 1-hitter with 10 strikeouts. Yeah, the 0-1 pitch is a curveball hit up into the air, deep into right center field. The ball keeps carrying. The ball is going to be up against the fence. It almost cleared the fence. Donnie Barrow hits a double. The Big D, who 4 years ago was playing for a state championship for the Mite Boys, hits a big double and probably his final at bat as a recreation player. Congratulations to Donnie. Christian Conley, Lane Adams, and D.R. Meadows played on that team, coached by Ray Meadows. Pitch is high. Cody Spinn at the plate. They beat Douglas 4-3 to get into the championship and played Wayne County and lost. But they finished 2nd 4 years ago, and if things don't change, they're going to finish 2nd again. Galen Salem, at the plate. So let's see what he can do, and looks like the head coach for Ware County coming out. Is that it for Manders? Let's see if he's going to make a pitching change. Lyons with 2 base hits. Christian Conley, who played on that team 4 years ago, with a single, was an infield hit. Donnie Barrow with a double. I thought that ball was headed out of here. Here's a pitch. Salem takes a big hack at it and misses. He wants to do the same thing. I talked to Donnie this week. I asked him, does he try to drive the ball? Well, that time he certainly did. Salem takes another big swing. I understand he really hits the ball well in BP. Got a good swing, just got to make some contact here. One down, Donnie Barrow off second. Here comes the pitch. He does make contact, pokes it right side, out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Galen Salem. Lane Adams on deck. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. It was a breaking ball. He was ducking away from that pitch. Lane faced one of those earlier, wasn't it him? That's strike 3 and 2 down. His 11th strikeout of the ball game. Looks like a ball, looks like a ball, looks like a ball, and then it drops in for a strike. Lane 0 for 2, a strikeout and grounded out to third. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, runner in trouble at second. They throw back behind Donnie Barrow, and he gets back because the ball is dropped. He probably was going to be out. Cody Grant threw out Christian Conley after his base hit at first. He almost got Donnie Barrow at second. 1 ball, no strikes. 8-0, Ware County leading. Lyons needs a run to push this game to the 7th. Here's a pitch. Upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. D.R. Meadows on deck. Lane is a golfer. He's played soccer, basketball, and baseball. And he hits the ball foul right behind home plate, inches behind it. Two down with Donnie Barrow at second on a double. Manders comes set. Here's the pitch. Missed inside. Let's see if the scoreboard's right. It says 3 balls and 1 strike. No, it says 2 balls and 1 strike. It didn't change on that pitch. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. So now 2 strikes on Lane. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. There we go. Been pretty accurate today. It wasn't yesterday. Full count pitch to Lane. High, ball 4. Lyons with runners on first and second for D.R. Meadows. Here comes D.R. This could be his last recreation at bat. He's had a fine career. Mite, midget, and now junior. 0 for 2 on a fly ball to center and hit the ball back to the pitcher out 1-3. Righty. First pitch, missed high. DR is playing for the Chains, so he's used to facing tough pitchers. This guy is one of those, 11 strikeouts. Little guy with a good fastball and good control. Throws a strike at the knee, works from the stretch at all times. 1 ball, 1 strike. 8-0, Ware leading Lyons. Bottom half of the 6th. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chasing a pitch up and in at the letters or higher. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on first and second. 2 down. State championship point, I guess you would call it right now. Pitch to DR. Swings and hits it on the ground. Left side. The ball is bouncing. Picked up by the shortstop. He throws over to first, and the throw is offline. DR is safe, and the bases are loaded. I don't know if we went to commercial or not. Hello? Huh? Oh, the Ubu quit working? Let's see. Yes, it's to me. All right. Tell me when. Didn't know what happened there. Well, if you were listening, I was listening, sort of. We suddenly went to a commercial break. We lost contact. We're back on phone. D.R. Meadows reached on an infield hit to load up the bases for Lyons for Hogan White. And he just fouled off a pitch. That's kind of weird. Now we can't get our equipment working again, so we're doing this over the phone. Still won't work. So Lyons needs a run to keep the game going. They've loaded up the bases with 2 down against Manders. Hogan White today 0 for 2 on 2 strikeouts, a left-handed hitter, but a big stick for Lyons. Here's the pitch, and a strike on a breaking ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was a bad time to lose contact, wasn't it? Here's a stretch. Here comes the pitch, and Hogan fouls it off left side. Like a tough pitch to get around on. Hogan could go backside. He could do it with power. He had a grand slam and a line U-turn against Swainsboro over the left field fence. 2-2 pitch. Manders comes set. Here it is. Hogan does the same thing. He pokes it foul left side out of play. It'll ricochet off the fence and come back into play. So bases loaded for Lyons. Down 8-0 in the 6th inning. Again, if they don't score, the game's over. We got 2 outs. And a 2-2 from Manders. Upstairs, way up there. Cody Grant had to reach up with the glove to catch that one. 3-2 on Hogan, who battled this team scoreless for 3 innings as a pitcher. Now he could just concentrate on hitting. He's a first baseman. Full count pitch to Hogan. Called strike 3, and that's the game. And congratulations to Ware County for winning the championship. Congratulations for Lyons for battling back through the loser's bracket to get into this situation and finish second at state. 8-0. It ends in 6 innings. I know the boys are disappointed, but look what they accomplished. They were a district runner-up, and they're a state runner-up. And both teams are shaking hands. This Ware County team, quite a team. They hit the ball well today when they had to, and, of course, the pitching from Manders was outstanding. He finishes with 12 strikeouts, and he gives up 3 base hits. We'll take a break and wrap it up on Y101.
Galen Salem. I hope you help. Donnie Barrow. Last but not least, Stephen Garrett. My man.
And going to second place, Team Trophy, the Line Recreation.
Let's go, Lions!
Congratulations, Coach.
Ware County from District 2.
Darren Scott.
And now for your Class B Junior Boys State Championship to Ware County. We appreciate it. We thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for your support.
Hogan, you pitched a heck of a game today, buddy. You pitched a heck of a game. You kept us in there. You kept us in there. Hey, you know, we didn't score. You're not going to win if you don't score. Sometimes you just tip your hat to the other team. Just tip your hat to the team. I'm proud of every one of y'all. Hey, it's been a great, great season. To see y'all go from the beginning of All-Stars to second in the state. Hey, this happened to us before when Wayne County beat us in Mites, but you know what we said? We're state champs, man. Ware County's 6 times bigger than Lyons is. So we're state champs in our division. So I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of every one of y'all. I enjoyed it. And I want y'all all to keep playing ball, keep working hard to get better.
Exactly. Guys, same concept. I mean, I want to say the same thing, you know, from where we started at, you know, through the Lyons tournament, you know, through the district tournament to getting here, you know, it's bittersweet. You know, like I said, we had our ups and downs. You know, I think we come together at the right time and play some great baseball. You know, and me being a high school coach, I want to make sure that all of y'all come see me next year. Hear me?
Right,
we're gonna start it up about January or so. You know, start doing some things. I better see every one of your faces. If I don't, I'm gonna find somebody to hunt you down in the hall to come get you. Hear me? Because listen, we couldn't do it with just 9. That's just the truth. You know, I mean, wherever you participated, whatever you did, you know, you're a contributor. You can't do it with just 9. That's the truth. Okay? So everybody plays a part, and this is a game you got to work at. Like I said, I want to, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to walk around and get everybody a handshake and a hug and tell you how much I appreciate it. And like I said, don't hang your head. Hear me? Wear this medal proud, put it up somewhere. When you have kids, you know, when they come through rec ball, say, look what I got. You know, you need one of these, okay?
And I had to fight for it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fight. You hear me? Thomasville didn't lay over, no by no means. You hear me? Great job by everybody. Great job by everybody.